You know what I'd like to do is have, like you had Cooper on. I'd like to have athletes on like that, people that we know we can start with, obviously. But back to that intersection of personal finance and athletics, I think it'd be super interesting to just hear from them on how they think about
their money and how to use it.
And money, right? And I'm kind of, I mean, look, I'm nosy. Like I want to know, where do you contribute to a 401k? Are you investing in real estate on the side? Like where out of 100% of your paycheck, where does it go? 80% here, 20% there? Is it 30, 30, 30?
I bet a lot of them just give it to their agent. I bet you a lot just give it to their agent, and their agent has a financial guy, and that's what they do. Yeah, but still, I feel like they're like, that's fine, but there's a need to know where your money's going and how it's being used, right? Like I was putting, this is absurd. I was putting 15% of my 401k up until like last month, and I'm like, you know what? I saw something Grant Cardone did the other day, and I was like, you know what? My 401k is not going to get me rich. Like, it's not like when I retire, I'm probably going to have invested enough stuff that I'm not even going to need my 401k to use it like most people need it for. Yeah. And why wouldn't I just use that money now? Because the time value of money's worth more now than it is tomorrow, right? And so why don't I take more money out now, use it to invest, buy more, have more opportunities to buy real estate, and then not need that later down the line for retirement. And then I'm, putting towards my kids, my kids' funds, their kids' funds, like whatever. That's ideally the goal. But he was like, my sister had, this is Cardone. He's like, my sister had a 401k up to 240,000. I'm like, he goes, what the hell are you doing? Takes it out, buys $1 million worth of real estate.
Yeah. Well, I think that the Grant Cardones of the world, it's a little, it's a little clickbaity in a sense where they're trying to be controversial. But I do, like, to me, I agree to a certain extent. It's like, I do not, 401k, absolutely get your, like, if you work for if you have an employer, get your free match because that's free money. After that, for me, I don't want to contribute beyond my employer match because I can do other things with that money that will benefit me starting
now
tomorrow
and later.
Yeah. So to me, I count the 401k and even like an IRA and all that kind of stuff. To me, that's kind of like a nest egg. Like if all else fails, all this investing, entrepreneur stuff that I'm trying to do, if I fail for the next 30 years straight, at least I'll have that damn 401k, like I don't want to completely screw myself and just not have it. But I agree with you. I think a lot of people put all their eggs in one basket and they're like, oh, I'll be fine because I have this 401k. And I don't think, number one, I don't think it's enough. And number two, I think it's
not enough.
I think it's a bad habit to think that it's enough because then you're kind of wasting time saying, oh, I'm good because I'm doing this, when in reality, you're not. You should be doing other things too. And
well, I think
that's my 2 cents, right?
I think I told my financial planner that I want to spend, like when I'm retired, like at least $5,000, $10,000 a month, like until death, right? And my projected retirement is 65, and it's like
inflation adjusted because you're going to be paying. But what I'm getting at, might buy you a Snickers bar.
But what I would say, they also predicted like the money I'll have in every account, whatever, based on what I make today, and that be the money I make every day until I'm 65. Which is going to increase substantially, so it's going to change. But the point is that like the money I need to save to be able to do that is like substantially more than what my 401k would give me. Well, substantially more.
And here's the key. When you're talking to your financial advisor, the exam question is not how much do I need in my bank account? It's how much do I need to be spending? So therefore, you should be solving for how much income do you need in retirement, not how much do you need to save for retirement, right? Like your 401k is a vehicle ultimately to provide income. So if you need $5,000 a month and you use, a 5% rule and you say, okay, if I have $1 million in a 401k and it's paying me 5% a year, like a dividend or something where I don't have to draw down the principal, then I'm good because 5% that's 50 grand. That's, almost $5,000 a month. So there's your income, right? And I made a video about this that you should go back and watch. It's, like 4 or 5 minutes long.
Yeah, probably
screen share, probably pretty tough to get through. But the point of the video was like, I bought one house that pays me in cash flow $1,000 a month net cash flow in my pocket. That's $12,000 a year. If you use a 5% rule on that, that's worth over $2 million